I'm Teacher Mike, and today we are talking about the difference between start and begin. When we use start and begin as verbs, they usually mean the same thing. The difference is just that begin is more formal and start is more informal. So in everyday conversations and everyday writing, it usually doesn't matter which one you use. The only time it really matters is when you are in a situation that requires formal language. So if you are writing a formal letter or an academic paper, it's probably better to use begin. But most of the time, it really doesn't matter which one you use. Start and begin can both be used with both gerunds and infinitives. So you can say, I started studying, I started to study, I began studying, or I began to study. All of those mean the same thing. However, you can't use them with gerunds when you are using a continuous tense. So you can't say, I am beginning studying, or I am starting studying. With a continuous tense, you need to use infinitives. For example, I am beginning to study, or I am starting to study. There are also a few situations in which start has a different meaning. In these situations, we have to use start. We cannot use begin. Here are the main four that I can think of. 1. We can use start with machines. For example, my car won't start means the engine will not turn on. And often you will hear start up instead of just start, but they mean the same thing. 2. We can start a fire. This is just another way to say light a fire, which basically means to create a fire. 3. We can use start to talk about creating a new company or a new business. For example, Teacher Jeff wants to start his own English school. And 4. We can use start to say that one thing caused another thing to happen. For example, the earthquake started a tsunami. Also, start can be a noun, but begin is always a verb. The noun form is beginning. So we can say at the start or at the beginning, but we can't say at the begin. Finally, in conversation, when we are talking about starting an activity, we often use get started instead of just start. They mean the same thing, but in many situations, get started just feels a bit more natural. Now, here are some sentences that you might want to write down and practice using in your daily life. Are you ready to begin? Or, are you ready to get started? Okay, let's begin. Or, okay, let's get started. You can start whenever you're ready. Or, you can begin whenever you're ready. It's starting to rain. Or, it's beginning to rain. I haven't started working on that yet. Or, I haven't begun working on that yet. The movie starts in 10 minutes. Or, the movie begins in 10 minutes. I'm starting to feel hungry. Or, I'm beginning to feel hungry. So yeah, those are just some examples that I thought you might be able to use in your daily life. If you have any other questions about this topic, please feel free to let me know. Thank you for watching.